Get out.
Get out.
Yo,
Get
stop.
out. Get out.
What you guys doing? Get out.
Get out.
What you guys doing?
Get out.
What's wrong with
Get out.
you?
Don't touch me.
Don't you have
Do
kids?
not touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch me.
Get out. I'm not touching you.
Do not
Oh,
touch
did you just hit me?
Do
Did
not
you
touch
just hit me?
You just hit me.
You just hit me? You too?
Black Lives Matter.
Yo,
Black
this
Lives
is
Matter.
racist. Wow.
Get out.
this is-
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives
Black
Matter.
Lives Matter.
Stop. Yo, stop. Stop recording me. I don't know you. Yo, you need to stop.
Get
No,
out.
I'm not getting out. I was here
Yes, you
first.
are.
Look at the eyes. I mean, talk about mass formation psychosis, and it definitely looks like the Karens have a new rule. As long as you say Black Lives Matter, you could do whatever you want, and then you're somehow absolved of all of your sins. And this is not the first time that this happened. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Rudowski here of WeAreChange.org. We got a lot of very important information to get into today. As of course, geopolitically, the situation is getting very tense between Russia and the United States. All right on cue as a major dam of truth is about to break on the American public and pretty much the public of the world, which some people are trying to drastically hold on to. What's going on here? There's also some CDC monkeys that just got someone sick. Well, we're going to be discussing that plus a lot more. But seriously, the video that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is going viral online right now, with many people pointing out that this is crazy, soulless, masked Karens being absolute hypocrites as they try to kick out a man from an elevator because he didn't wear a mask. Greg Alexopoulos said that this is the Karen Pledge of Allegiance and surely does represent a crap ton of hypocrisy, almost as much of hypocrisy as, of course, Bill Gates, that made a groveling video sucking up and praising Communist China for their response surrounding the sickness. This video is, of course, very creepy because mainly it has Bill Gates in it, but also, most importantly, a lot of people are also asking the question specifically, wasn't it China that had the level 3 Wuhan laboratory? Wasn't it China that was covering up and hiding information from the world about this sickness? Wasn't it China that closed domestic air travel while continuing international air travel, helping this sickness spread to the entire world? And most of the people say, yeah. And now it makes sense why Bill Gates is thanking them, as of course he also royally profited off of this situation in many ways. But it looks like this for-profit Ponzi scheme is finally ending, as of course a lot of countries and even some jurisdictions in the United States, like, surprisingly, New York State, have just ruled through a court proceeding that mask mandates are unconstitutional. Now, of course, the New York governor slammed this, and she will be fighting the New York State Supreme Court. She pledges to reverse it immediately, but it's not just judges ruling on this. It's, of course, the Czech Republic, Ireland, England, and now Denmark, where the Prime Minister there is expected to announce the easing of all restrictions, all lockdowns, all mandates surrounding this particular sickness. And as major dominoes fall, so does the official version of events and the official story and narrative that we are being told here. And of course, there's some people still clinging on to it, and the only way that they could hold on to this lie is, of course, if they have enough censorship, and they're pushing it at all costs, as even 76-year-old Neil Young is being promoted by the corporate press, as of course he is demanding that Spotify choose between his music or Joe Rogan's podcast, a very silly, nonsensical, childlike request that highlights the hubris of the ruling elites that want to, of course, control your thoughts. We have discernment, we could make critical thinking decisions, we could actually examine the evidence and make the decisions with informed consent that are right for us. We're human beings, we're adults, and if they're not trying to censor information, the ruling establishment is also denying a father of 2 a heart transplant because he didn't comply enough with the state, as in Boston. DJ Ferguson has been taken off the doctor's list for a heart transplant, which of course would save his life because he didn't get a product that the establishment wants him to take. This man is going to die because of the whims of this state, and that's absolutely sick and disgusting. And it's this kind of cruelty, this kind of criminal, horrible actions that are used to, of course, exploit people to take a product and, of course, avoid all other alternatives, as the Florida Department of Health has also officially just announced today that as a result, because of federal policies now, monoclonal antibodies, which have shown to help a lot of people, have been stopped because they just had their EUA, emergency use authorization, taken out by the FDA. Now, if we're taking this away because there's some preliminary data showing that some of these treatments don't actually help with this new variant, shouldn't we be doing the same with the product that everyone's trying to force people to take inside the establishment that the people of Israel have taken more than almost every other country private citizens per capita have? As of course, Israel is 4 procedures, 4 products in, and is reporting a huge spike in cases, when of course other places are dealing with a decline in cases as we're speaking right now. The Israeli government's, quote, expert panel is also backing the 4th procedure, as of course they're dealing with record cases after taking the procedure in extremely high numbers. The rest of the world does not have to deal with that, as of course their cases are dramatically going down. Now, of course, with major countries saying enough is enough, stopping all this insanity, are we finally in the clear? I believe so. There's a lot of other things to worry, especially when it comes to financial calamity, especially when it comes to a potential conflict with Russia. But hold on to your socks. We now have the latest troubling developments as the CDC, a large bureaucratic government agency that has been extremely ineffective, extremely incorrect when it came to their understanding of what's going on, was just driving 100 lab monkeys that were being tested on from New Jersey to Florida. Monkeys that were experimented on in unknown ways, since of course the CDC is being very quiet about this. And somehow this CDC truck decided to switch lanes from the right lane to the left lane in an attempt to get off an off-ramp. They failed to do so. They got into another accident with a second car that hit them in what was described as a pit maneuver. The trailer magically unhooked itself from the truck and the back gate opened somehow, letting out some monkeys that were infected with who knows what. Why is the government not telling us what was going on with these monkeys? Why is the government not being transparent and accountable here, as of course there was a full state-fledged effort by the local and federal authorities to catch these monkeys? They shot and killed some of these monkeys, and initially a woman who responded to the accident was told that these packages contained cats. She walked up to these packages, put her hand inside one of the cages, and now she has weird symptoms of a cough and a pink eye, after told to closely monitor her health situation and to seek medical attention afterwards. Now, what was this woman exposed to? Who did she expose as well? What was the frickin' government doing with these monkeys? Well, we have absolutely no idea about, which is freaking ridiculous. Because, you know, a lot of people are saying that there is some potential for biological warfare to be conducted here on the American people by doing this. Other people are saying that this is an accident and wasn't coordinated in any way, shape, or form. What we know about this situation or these monkeys is still extremely limited, but the response by the state should be concerning for everyone. Without jumping to conclusions, I think it's important to at least start asking some very serious questions here, as of course, routinely, the government has found itself to be utterly freaking incompetent, as of course it helped create and led to a situation that spread a global sickness almost 2 years ago from now. They did this as many scientists were warning about specific gain-of-function research that should have never been done. Dr. Fauci and other bureaucrats said because of the rules and regulations, they won't be done here in the United States, but they'll be done in China, where there are no safety protocols and regulations. And I think it's very fair to say that unless there's going to be some people held responsible for their actions, that this is only going to be continuing. Will it continue now with this latest monkey release? I don't know, but I think it will eventually happen again if there isn't any accountability to be had. That's just my perspective, but if you think I'm wrong, let me know why in the comment section below. I also believe a lot of these animal testings are absolutely cruel. A lot of them are pointless. A lot of them the government does for absolutely unseen, illogical reasons that clearly do not benefit anyone or even do anything for the name of science. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this story, and also, doing a later video on some very important issues, specifically on LukeUncensored.com. If you haven't clicked the link in the description below, what are you waiting for? Click it right now to find out more information and get yet another video from us later on today, specifically talking about some next major issues that, of course, will be upcoming for everyone living in the world. If you're not paying attention now, it's time to start doing that. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. It's only going to get crazier from here, as of course history dictates very troubling times ahead. I'm going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all exclusively on LukeUncensored.com. I hope to see you there. And if it wasn't for you guys, part of this independent media organization, I wouldn't be here. And because of you guys watching, spending time with me, sharing this video with your friends and family members, your loved ones, getting the information out there, taking an active role in your existence on this planet, this is why I'm here, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.